The Ford Focus is one of those cars that has worn more hats than most vehicles could dream of. Over the years, it's been everything from an affordable commuter to a hot hatch hero, from a rental fleet staple to a track day underdog. Some people remember it for being cheap and cheerful. Others remember it for the ST and RS models that embarrassed bigger, more expensive cars on winding roads. And then, depending on where you live, you might remember that Ford pulled the Focus from the North American lineup a few years ago, leaving a whole crowd of enthusiasts scratching their heads. But now, in 2026, the Focus is back and Ford is making it very clear that this isn't just a nostalgia play. This is a car built for today's roads, today's drivers, and today's technology, while still leaving a little room for that mischievous performance DNA that made it so memorable in the first place. Let's start with the design, because it's immediately obvious that Ford didn't phone it in. The 2026 Focus looks like it's been sculpted with both aerodynamics and attitude in mind. The front fascia is sharper, more assertive, with a wide grille that changes character depending on the trim you pick. The standard models get a cleaner, more sophisticated look, while the ST line and ST trims get blacked-out mesh, deeper side skirts, and an aggressive stance that makes it clear this thing isn't just for school runs. The headlights are slimmer than before, fully LED across the range, and integrate seamlessly into the body lines that flow back toward the sculpted rear end. Around the back, you've got a choice: clean and understated on the lower trims, or sporty with a spoiler, dual exhaust tips, and a diffuser-style bumper on the performance versions. Size-wise, the Focus hasn't bloated into something unrecognizable. It's still a compact, still easy to park, still nimble in tight city streets, but with just enough extra width and wheelbase to make the cabin more comfortable for adults in the back. Ford's designers have managed to keep that European-inspired proportion where the wheels sit close to the corners, giving it a planted, ready-to-pounce look even when it's standing still. Under the hood, the new Focus comes with a range of options that balance efficiency, performance, and in some cases, both. The base engine is a turbocharged 1.5-litre 3-cylinder EcoBoost, producing around 160 horsepower and plenty of torque for everyday driving. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic as standard, with a 6-speed manual still available in certain trims. Yes, a manual, because Ford knows some of us still want to row our own gears. Step up to the mild hybrid variant, and you get that same 1.5-litre paired with a 48-volt system for smoother start-stop operation, better fuel economy, and a little extra shove off the line. Then there's the ST model. Ford hasn't gone soft here. Under the hood sits a 2.3-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine pushing out around 300 horsepower. That's hot hatch territory, and with available limited slip differential, adaptive dampers, and sticky summer tires, this thing is aimed squarely at enthusiasts who want their practical car to double as a weekend toy. The ST comes standard with a 6-speed manual, though you can spec a quick-shifting dual-clutch automatic if you prefer. And if you're wondering about an RS model, Ford hasn't confirmed it yet, but the rumor mill is buzzing about an all-wheel drive, 350-plus horsepower version coming down the line. For the first time, the Focus lineup also includes a plug-in hybrid variant. Using a 2.0-litre naturally aspirated engine paired with an electric motor, it makes a combined 200 horsepower and offers around 40 miles of all-electric range. This isn't meant to be a performance option, but for urban dwellers who want the flexibility of electric commuting without fully committing to an F, it's a smart addition. Driving dynamics have always been part of the Focus's charm, and Ford has doubled down on that for 2026. The chassis is stiffer, the suspension geometry has been tweaked, and the steering feel. Something a lot of cars have lost in the move to electric assist has been tuned to give actual feedback. Even the base models feel composed and agile, with a nice balance between comfort and precision. The Street, naturally, turns all of that up to 11, with tighter body control, more grip, and a soundtrack that makes you want to take the long way home. Step inside, and it's obvious that Ford's goal was to make the Focus feel like a class above without losing its everyday usability. The dashboard is dominated by a massive 15.5-inch center touchscreen running the latest Sync 5 system, flanked by a 12-inch fully digital instrument cluster. The interface is clean, fast, and intuitive, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard. The system also supports over-the-air updates, so the tech stays fresh for years without needing a dealership visit. Voice control has improved too. Now you can ask it to adjust the climate, set navigation, or find your favorite playlist without having to poke at menus. Materials are better than ever for a compact car. Soft touch surfaces are everywhere you expect them, the switchgear feels solid, and the higher trims get options like leather-trimmed sport seats, contrast stitching, and even recycled eco-friendly fabrics for those who want a greener interior. The seating position is excellent, low enough in the sporty trims to feel engaged, but with plenty of adjustability for drivers of all sizes. Rear seat space is improved over the outgoing model, and the hatchback configuration offers a wide, flat cargo area with enough room for luggage, groceries, or weekend adventure gear. Ford hasn't skimped on tech and convenience features either. Depending on the trim, you can spec a head-up display, heated and ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, dual-zone climate control, a premium bio audio system, and ambient lighting with multiple color choices. The hatch also comes with a hands-free power liftgate option, which is one of those features you don't think you need until your arms are full and you're trying to open the thing. Safety is front and center in the 2026 Focus. Ford Go-Pilot 360 comes standard across the range, which means you get automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, and rear cross-traffic alert right out of the gate. Higher trims or option packages add adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane centering, traffic sign recognition, and even active park assist, which can handle parallel or perpendicular parking while you just control the gear selection. And for the first time in the Focus, Ford's Blue Cruise hands-free driving tech is available on certain trims, allowing hands-off driving on mapped highways while keeping an eye on the road through drive monitoring. Performance aside, one of the biggest talking points with the 2026 Focus is its versatility. In hatchback form, it's the kind of car that can handle a Costco run, a road trip, and a back-road blast all in the same week. In sedan form, it's a sleek, practical daily driver with just enough personality to keep things interesting. And with the hybrid and plug-in hybrid options, Ford has covered the bases for buyers looking for efficiency without giving up the driving experience. Pricing hasn't been officially nailed down for every variant yet, but Ford is aiming to keep the base Focus competitive in the compact segment, starting around $24,000 for the entry-level hatch or sedan. The mild hybrid will likely start closer to $27,000, the plug-in hybrid around $32,000, and the ST in the low $30,000 before options. Fully loaded ST models with performance packages could push $40,000, which puts them in line with cars like the Volkswagen Golf GTI and Hyundai Elantra N. And let's be honest, the Focus ST is going to be the halo car here. Ford knows enthusiasts will flock to it for the combination of performance, practicality, and attainable pricing. It's a formula that has worked for decades, and in 2026, they've made sure it still works. Turbocharged punch, sharp handling, and the option for a manual gearbox mean it hasn't lost its soul in the move toward more tech-heavy, comfort-oriented compacts.